What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Lil Trey D. I'm back with another video, and the free agent is gonna kick off real good, as sources said that the Atlanta Hawks are trading Danilo Gallinari in the first-round pick to the San Antonio Spurs for Dejounte Murray. Yeah, that's right. Dejounte Murray is going to the Atlanta Hawks, and he's gonna play alongside Trae Young, Clint Capella, DeAndre Hunter, and Bogdanovich, all those other guys. And what I think about the trade, well, I think it's a decent trade because they're getting an all-star caliber player and Dejounte Murray, who just made the all-star team and was the league leader in triple-doubles. He averaged like 20 points a game. So, yeah, that's a big upgrade for the Atlanta Hawks because they are terrible on the defensive side of the ball. Like, they are just awful. Like, for real, they are awful. Especially Trae Young, obviously, because he's arguably the worst defender as position. But putting DeAndre Hunter in the mix, he might help Trae Young because Trae Young is a complete liability, especially against perimeter players. But he got Dejounte Murray to bail him out because Dejounte Murray is a great two-way player, one of the best defenders at his position. And people forget he made all-defensive team before, so he's going to be a big upgrade for this Atlanta Hawks team. And he can kind of create a shot a little bit because Trae Young also has another shot creator, so he don't have to play on ball a lot. But don't worry, he got Dejounte Murray, who's an excellent playmaker and an excellent rebounder at his position, especially for his length, pause. And he's also obviously a great defender because of his wingspan. So, yeah, he's going to be a huge impact on that defensive side because Trae Young is just horrible at it. Just horrible. But my grade for this trade, I might say maybe B+, because not DeAndre Hunter, Dejounte Murray is going to be a big upgrade for him on defense. He can take some of that on-ball responsibilities off of Trae Young because Trae Young, he be a ball dominant a lot. Because Trae Young, he needs to start moving without the ball because, sure, him and his team got to the conference finals without Dejounte, but it was exposed against the Miami Heat because Trae Young was just too on-ball. And that's resulted in him struggling in that series, only averaging 15 points a game on 34% shooting from the field. So, yeah, that would put Dejounte Murray in the mix. He takes some of that ball responsibility off of Trae Young, and he creates shots for others, unlike Trae Young, who's creating shots for everybody else. Creating shots for John Collins, Bogdanovich, Kevin Huerter. But he has Dejounte Murray to take some of that burner off him so he can create shots for others as well. Because like I said, Dejounte's a great playmaker and also a great rebounder as position. So that's going to be a big upgrade. And I think the Atlanta Hawks are going to be a playoff team next year. Do I think they're getting back to the conference finals? I don't know. Because the East is getting a little bit better. Because we're expecting maybe Brooklyn to bounce back. Obviously, you got the Bucks. The Bucks could probably make a move. You also got the Sixers if James Harden can snap up out of it. So, yeah, the Eastern Conference is getting a little bit better. And the Boston Celtics, see if they can get back on their feet after making the NBA Finals. So, yeah, it's going to be tough for the Atlanta Hawks to get back to the conference finals. Because it ain't like 2021 no more. Because you got to go up against real competition. And I'm not saying the Sixers were competition, but you're going up against way better teams. And this time you can't avoid all the other great teams. It wasn't how it was when you had to avoid the Bucks and the Nets just to get to the conference finals. No, it ain't like that no more. Other teams are getting better. And I can even throw in the Bulls. Sure, they're not like a conference finals team, but they're still a playoff team. They give a team a run for their money. So, yeah, if DeMar DeRozan can show up, obviously. But, yeah, I think the Atlanta Hawks are going to be a playoff team. But there's no excuse for them not to make the playoffs. Like, for real. There's no excuse for them not to be a play-in team. A play-in team. They should be at least that 6 to 5 seed range. At least. I do not want to see them in the play-in. Because they got all that talent. They got Dejounte Murray. They got Trae Young. So, yeah, there's no excuse for them not to make the playoffs or be a play-in unless injuries hit them. But if everybody's fully healthy and y'all still competing for a playoff spot, yeah, Atlanta, we have a trouble. Like, we have a huge problem. Because you added an all-star caliber player, Dejounte Murray, to team up with your franchise player and Trae Young. And y'all still couldn't get to the playoffs? or at least compete for a play-in tournament. Like, no excuses for the Hawks. No excuses. Just like when they gave Trae Young all that help in the 2020 offseason. There was no excuse for him not to make the playoffs. But now this year, it's definitely no excuse for him not to make the playoffs next year. None. Because if they don't make the playoffs, man, Atlanta fans are going to be on that ass. But that concludes this video. What y'all think about the trade? Hit that comment section down below. Make sure y'all subscribe to my second channel. This your boy Lil Trady signing out. Peace.